Hi guys, it's your girl B Michelle coming at you with another Dollar Tree DIY. So I'm starting out with these pumpkins. So I'm also going to be using this spray paint. I also use another spray paint. In addition to that, I use the Rustolium, the stone, the textured spray paint. In addition to this, so I started out with these carvable pumpkins, and I'm taking my Exacto knife. I actually had already started cutting into this, but I didn't cut the top. So I'm just using the Exacto knife to split these pumpkins in half. So you just want to go around the whole pumpkin to split it in half. That's easy to do because these are carvable pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. They're made of styrofoam, so you can just make different designs with these however you desire to do it. So basically I just split it, and you'll have the two halves. It's hollow on the inside, but it's made of styrofoam. So it should look something like this, and it had a little toothpick. I think they used a toothpick to stick the stem of the pumpkin on the inside. So basically that's it. And then I took these outside and I spray painted these. And you guys, oh my goodness, this video should have been up a long time ago. This spray paint did not want to dry. I was so frustrated. So I also took these leaves here, and I also gave these a coat of paint as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do the project with the leaves. So I used the same two spray paints. I used the textured stone spray paint by Rustolium, as well as some white spray paint. And what I did was I sprayed the textured paint first, and I just went over it with the white spray paint. I did want it to have a little bit of texture on these leaves as well as the pumpkins. With these leaves, I'm also taking these thumbtacks from the Dollar Tree, and I got these in gold. I also have some in silver, and I plan on doing some more pumpkins. I was going to do all of these pumpkins and these DIY all in the same video, but the frustration of the pumpkins not drying, it was overwhelming. So anyway, I'm taking the thumbtacks, and I'm basically, now if you want to take the ends of the thumbtacks off, you can. You may use some wire cutters or something to remove the tips of the thumbtacks. But I'm just taking some hot glue, and I'm just going around. I'm not placing it around the whole leaf. It's just at the little points I'm placing the thumbtack. And I'm just using some hot glue, and I'm just placing it placing the thumbtack in between wherever the points are, but the little end piece is still hanging off the back. So if you're concerned about safety, if these come off and someone's stepping on them, this may not be for you. You may want to just use some diamond wrap or some rhinestones or something, or if you want to cut the tips of the thumbtacks off, you can do that. So but basically that's all I'm doing. So I'm just going around some of the parts, and then on the bottom part of the leaf, I did take the thumbtacks and go around the whole bottom part of the leaf. So just like this. And basically those are held on by the hot glue. Like I said, if you're concerned about safety, if these fall off, this part may not be the option for you. So next I'm using this 8x10 picture frame, and you guys, this was another frustration. Oh my goodness, my whole DIY day was frustrating because there was actually another DIY that I actually wanted to do before these, but everything was frustrating. So every frame, just about every frame that I opened up was damaged. Just about every single one was damaged. So that was frustrating enough, on top of other things not going the way I planned on them going. So it was just a frustrating DIY day. So anyway, you're going to have those days every now and then, and it's okay. You just press through it and just keep it moving. So I'm just taking the frame, and I'm going to adhere the glass down to the frame using the hot glue. You can use a stronger glue if you like E6000 or Fix All. But I just basically leave the frame, I just leave the glass in the frame, and I just take the hot glue and just go around the inside of the frame. So here's the lights, and I'm just taking the lights. You also want to make sure that your lights are working. So go ahead and put your batteries in your lights and make sure that they are working. That was another frustration. When I tell you guys, I was frustrated the whole day because so many things were coming out the package damaged and things just wasn't going the way I planned on them going. Things were getting broken as I was trying to put them together, and some things were broken as they came out the package. It was just so frustrating. But anyway, you want to take these lights and you want to string them along, and I'm just using hot glue to connect the lights, and I also use those tabs to help hold the lights down as well. You can remove those tabs if you like, but I also use those to kind of hold the lights down as well. But I do say you want to make sure that those lights are working, because one of the things was I took a package of the lights out. I put the batteries in it, and it was like a shortage in it. They were flickering on and off. They just wouldn't stay lit, and it was very dim. So I took them back to the store to exchange them. And while I was in the store, I left the batteries in there. And when I was telling the cashier, I was showing the cashier how they were working. The battery pack, I don't know if it was the batteries or if it was the actual lights, but it was like really, really hot to touch. So you just want to be careful with that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it was the batteries that was defective or if it was the lights. But I did take those batteries out. I didn't use those batteries again because I'm not really sure which ones were what was the culprit. So you just want to be careful with these projects too. I never imagined the batteries getting extremely hot the way they did. So yeah, so you just want to check on those things before you glue these down. So next, I'm taking these leaves from the Dollar Tree. I'm sorry, these flowers from the Dollar Tree. I like this color. So I'm taking these flowers from the Dollar Tree, and I cut off one of the stems. Now I just cut off I pulled the flower off the stem, and I'm just taking some of the I'm just putting the leaf back to the back of the flower. I can't talk, you guys. So anyway, I'm taking some of the hot glue, and I'm just placing a glob of the hot glue inside the leaf, and I'm just going to glue that flower on the inside of the leaf. So I just want to hold it there till the glue kind of adheres. So next, I took the word welcome. You remember I got the galvanized word. Thankful, welcome, and harvest came 3 in a pack. And it's just some galvanized words. These came from the Dollar Tree. So I saved the welcome. I used thankful and harvest in previous DIYs. So I had 2 other welcome words left over. So I'm just taking some of the Fix All. You can use E6000, whatever type of strong glue you desire. And I'm just placing the word welcome on the bottom of the frame on this one. And I also spray painted the word welcome as well. I failed to say that in the beginning, but I used the white spray paint and spray painted the word welcome as well. So next, I'm taking some of the Fix All and some of the hot glue, and I just put a glob of the Fix All in the center of the frame. And I'm just going to take some hot glue and just go around that glob, and I'm going to place the leaf on top of the frame. And you just want to make sure it's centered. I did not make sure mine was centered. So mine is a little bit off, but it's okay. It still looks nice. So you just want to press it down to make sure everything is adhered. Oh, one more thing. So the battery pack, I just glued it behind the leaf. It does stick out more than the frame, but I use some command strips to adhere this to the wall. Now, these don't necessarily have to go on the wall. You can actually put them on an easel and just let them sit on a table, or you can lean them up against something. They don't necessarily have to go on the wall, but I just decided to put mine on the wall. So I put the battery pack right behind the leaf, and I'll put some command strips on top of the battery pack to adhere them to the wall. So for the pumpkins, I took some of the thumbtacks, and I'm just going down the little creases of the pumpkin, and I'm just sticking the thumbtack in the pumpkin because these are styrofoam. So I'm just sticking the thumbtack down the creases of the pumpkin. Now these pumpkins were still really wet. So the paint was just coming off. It was just sticking to my hands. And that was part of my frustration, you guys. But anyway, so basically just looks like this. Just going down the little grooves of the pumpkin, just placing some of the thumbtacks. So for the pumpkins, I use these 5x7 picture frames, and they're in gold as well. And you guys, I did notice that the Dollar Tree have two different shades of gold in these 5x7 frames, as well as the 8x10 frames. The background picture is slightly, it's a different picture, and if you hold the frames together, the shades are slightly different. So if you pick up these frames, you just want to make sure that you have the same shade if that matters to you. So basically I took some more of the leaves and I cut the stem of the leaf off the bunch, and I just stuck the stem inside the pumpkin to add the leaves on top. I'm sorry, the flower on top of the pumpkins. So now I'm also taking some of the paint, a different type of paint, and I'm just kind of just going over to touch up where the paint had came off. So next I'm taking the pumpkin and I'm taking some hot glue, and I'm just running a layer of hot glue around the back side of the pumpkin. And you can use the Fix All or E6000 if you like. I'm not sure how permanent I would like this to be, so I'm using some hot glue, and I'm just going to use that to adhere this to the frame, to the glass on the frame. Okay, and if you want to string lights through this one as well, you can do that. I didn't use any lights on the frames with the pumpkins. I just put the frames, just use the lights on the frames with the leaves on them. But you can use lights on these as well. I just chose not to do that. So basically I'm going to use that white piece of trim that's on the inside, and I'm just going to hot glue the glass down to the frame, just leaving that trim. And basically I'm doing the same steps. I'm going to use the hot glue, just holding that trim in there. And I also folded down the tabs to hold that trim as well. So it should look something like this. Okay, so because this was one of the frames that were damaged, I did use some glue to try to glue those back together. And that's basically what I did with all of the frames that were damaged, because I wasn't going back to the store. Well, it was actually late by this time, so I couldn't go back to the store. I had to go ahead and just get a project together. But so I just took one of the flowers, and I just glued a flower on top of that to conceal that space on the frame that was damaged. And also took some of the thumbtacks, and I placed a thumbtack on the center of the petal of the flower. So basically I just took some hot glue and I just stuck a thumbtack in the center. I did this on both of the frames, as well as the flower that's sitting on the corners of the frames. So basically that's it. So this is the final look when I placed them on the wall. I wish it was dark outside so I could have showed you guys with the lights off. Well, yeah, with the lights off and it being dark. So basically I just put them, just kind of collaged them together on this wall. And I like the way they came out. It was a very simple DIY, other than the fact that the paint didn't want to dry on the pumpkins. That was very frustrating, but in the end, I think it turned out really cute. I do like this this look. I love the color of the flower, even though it doesn't match anything that I have going on here. But none of my stuff really match until I get that furniture that I desire. Nothing really matches here. So I'm just showing you another look for fall decor from the Dollar Tree. This is very simple to make. But I'm not really sure what paint to suggest to you guys, because it was very frustrating trying to get that paint to dry on those pumpkins. So, but this is it, you guys. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. If you like what you see, if you want to continue to see more from me, and also hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that I upload. And if I haven't, and also leave me comments. If I haven't left a reply to your comment from previous videos, I will get to those. Life has just been really busy and hectic right now. I'm hoping that things will balance out shortly. So that's it for now, you guys. And until next time, bye.